Hey guys, it's Peyton, and today we are going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. I'm a bit late on doing this, but I still see some people still doing it, so we're doing it right now. The creators of this tag are Shammy from Read Like Wildfire, I think I said her name right, and Ellie from Ellie Jane. So this is kind of a long tag. There's 15 questions, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Question number 1. Best book you've read so far in 2017. And for this, I chose The Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. I think you all understand why I chose this. I read it for the first time. Here's all my favorite parts. I just absolutely love this book. I think it is my favorite book in the series, judging by how many favorite parts I have compared to the other ones. I'm pretty sure this one's my favorite. It's just jam-packed with action and just beautifulness and like things just finally coming to a close. You get all the answers and you just feel good. Well, you don't feel good. You feel so magical while reading this, but at the same time it breaks your heart. But it's a great, beautiful ride of emotion and sadness and beautifulness that explains this book perfectly. Question number 2. Best sequel you've read so far in 2017. I mean, I can't not pick this. I'd be lying. I mean, you understand. You get it. Like this Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling just beats everything. Question number 3. New release you haven't read yet but want to. For this, I chose Always and Forever Laura Jean by Jenny Han. This is the 3rd book in the To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy, with To All the Boys I've Loved Before, P.S. Still Love You, and now Always and Forever Laura Jean. I love this trilogy and I really need to read this. You can even tell I have a freaking bookmark already on page 6. I need to get further than that because I'm sure I'm gonna love this, and I love the cover, and Jenny Han's just such a good contemporary writer, if we're being real. Question number 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. For this, I chose Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I think it's been described as a superhero book, which sounds really exciting to me. I really loved Marissa Meyer's Lunar Chronicles series that starts off with Cinder and a whole bunch of other books that follow it. They're really great, and I can't wait for her next book. Question number 5. Biggest disappointment. For this, I am choosing Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I chose this because it just wasn't as great as it seemed like it was going to be. Like, it had a lot of hype behind it, and then I read it expecting something really awesome, and it just didn't fully get me there. It was enough to make me want to read the second book, which is coming out somewhere in the future. I have no idea when it's coming out. I still want to read the next books in the series, but at the same time, I was expecting a bit more from this book. The only way I can explain this book is to read the back. I was the girl who loved the Ripper. So that's what really intrigued me about this book, and maybe if you read it, you'll enjoy it more than I did. Question number 6. Biggest surprise. For this, I have All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. I actually bought this on a trip. We stopped by Barnes & Noble just to give me some life because I was sitting at a softball tournament, and if you didn't know me, I don't love watching some softball. Like, my sister and my family are so into it. I'm just not, because I watch it 24/7. So I wasn't happy. So they took me to Barnes & Noble just to be nice, which was great. And I didn't know what to buy, so I just randomly picked this up because I heard people liked it, but then I kind of regretted buying it. Before I read it on this trip, I was like, I don't know if I'll like this. I'm not the biggest contemporary person, but boom. Then I read it, and it was a non-stop, just like, whoa, 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 what is going on? I really like this book. Here's all my favorite parts. I found this story just so interesting and beautiful, and I loved the characters. I even immediately picked up Jennifer Niven's newest book, Holding Up the Universe, which I still haven't read, even though there's a bookmark on like page 1. Great. So this book was definitely shocking. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. Question number 7. Favorite new author, like a debut author or just a new to you author. For this, I chose Caravel by Stephanie Garber. I think this is a debut author. I loved this book. I was in a reading slump, then I read this so quickly. I picked it up and it was a non-stop, like I need to know what's happening. It's about this sort of like event, circus, carnival sort of thing that happens like every year. It's very magical, but it's a contest to like win one wish, I believe. And you only get invited to this event. You can't just go there. You get specially invited. And this is just like one of those books that you just can't not know what's gonna happen. And it's so beautiful. If I came out with my first book and the publishers gave me this cover, I would feel so happy. Question number 8. Newest fictional crush. For this, I chose Clay Jensen from 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. I think it's more, if I'm being honest, the guy that plays him in the TV show. This guy right there. I think his name is Dylan Minnette. I don't know if I said his last name right. He's like just really insanely beautiful. I don't even know how to explain it. Some people think he's just as beautiful as I think he is. Other people are like, this guy's better. I'm like, no, this guy, he wins. I don't know. I feel like Dylan had just a really great way of playing the character that just made me really, really like him a lot more than I did in the book. But yet he's my newest fictional crush. I think it's more I'm just obsessed with the guy. I've been obsessed with him since I saw like a horror movie that he was in. He's just adorable. Question number 9. Newest favorite character. For this, I chose Alosa from Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. And if you haven't read this book already, I really recommend it. It's a pirate book. There's just not that many out there. It was so entertaining. The main character had so many vibes of Selena Sardothian, but not really her at the same time. Here on the cover, it literally says, "We now have a Lady Jack Sparrow on our hands." She's just so cool. She can kill you in 0.2 seconds. She can stare at you and probably just be like, die, and boom, you die. Read this. I really recommend it, and I can't wait for the next book to come out. I don't know when that comes out, but I really need it because this one was so action-packed and I wish it was longer. Question number 10. Book that made you cry. I had to bring All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven back because this book made me cry so hard. Don't think or be fooled by this bright, beautiful cover or the title, All the Bright Places. Oh, it's such a beautiful contemporary romance. I'm like, it's so happy. It's not happy. I need to stop talking about it or I will cry. Question number 11. Book that made you happy. For this, I chose Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, and Robin Wasserman. I chose this because when I read this, it's been a while since I read anything that had to do with Shadowhunters, and Simon, the main character of these novella bind-up things, is my favorite character from all of the Shadowhunter things, at least from the Mortal Instruments, because Infernal Devices has Will Herondale. I love his character. I find him really fun to read about, and I just love him to death. So reading this was just so fun for me. I even like ranted to my mom. Not really ranting, it was just like loving. Like I even told my mom, like, man, this book is beautiful. It's beautiful. Question number 12. Favorite book to film adaptation you saw this year? Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. I had already seen this movie before I actually read the book. Kill me. But I rewatched it. It'd been a few years, so I made sure I had parted like a few years with the movies before I really returned to the books, so I'd forget like literally everything that happened, and of course I did. This was just such an action-packed movie that had everything that I wanted in life. I love this movie. I don't have to explain. Question number 13. Favorite video you have done so far in this year? My favorite video that I probably made was my birthday book haul for this year. I really liked that video because it was the first time I ever used the new microphone that I bought. I feel like that just jumped in quality like instantly. I really like that video. If you haven't seen it already, you should watch it. Question number 14. Most beautiful book you've bought so far this year? The hardcover edition of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I didn't have the first 4 books in hardcover, so I went ahead and bought it, and let me tell you, like, this book is just so much more beautiful in hardcover. I love this book. It's just so beautiful that I can just pet it. There's like a unicorn. And the final question, question number 15. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? I need to finish out the Heroes of Olympus series, then move on to Magnus Chase, then move on to the Hidden Oracle with Apollo, then buy the next book in this series because I don't have it. I'm sorry. But primarily, I need to finish The House of Hades and The Blood of Olympus. I love Percy Jackson. I don't know why I have not read these 2 books yet. How did I survive after Mark of Athena and not instantly read this? I've been asked this before. I don't know. Like, I easily have access to this, yet I'm not doing anything about it. So that is it for this tag. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like this video, comment down below. Have a good day, and goodbye.